Three, two, one. Welcome to the SaaS Pulse Show. My name is Michael Bertoni, and I'm the founder and CEO of SaaS Talent. And unbelievably excited today. Love it, love it, love it. A video leader here on the phone, on the conference here. Unbelievable video. So let me introduce everyone to Marc, and you got to say his last name right, Zionts, Marc Zionts. He is the founder of CEO of SundaySky, video made simple, right? So it is awesome to have you on the show, Marc.
Thank you. Delighted to be here. I do want to make one quick correction. I am the CEO. I am not the founder.
Okay.
But I know the founders. They're wonderful people, and I'm privileged and honored to be the leader of the company.
No, that is so awesome. So I'm glad you corrected me there. But and also I saw you're from, I think you're from the Chapel Hill area, right? You're from, is that where you're from?
Well, not from. That's where we live, and delighted to be here in North Carolina.
Nice, nice. So let's get right into it, Marc. What I always love to start with is the superhero backstory, right? So what brought you to SundaySky? So that journey. So everybody always has a journey. I love superheroes. You got a good superhero look too, Marc. What's that journey look like? So how did you get to SundaySky?
Yeah, so I've been running companies since I started my first one in 1987. So I've been doing this for 37 years. And what's really pretty cool is that I'm as excited now as I was 37 years ago. Arguably, I might be more excited because of everything that's happening in the industry. But the way I got to SundaySky is I met the company over a decade ago. I had sold a company to another public company, but the CEO was actually the non-exec chair of SundaySky. So I got to know the company. I always loved what they did, but then as the company started to make some pivots to being a SaaS company, it really got me interested. And when they were acquired by a private equity firm, that's where we all came together. But the big reason I'm here is I'm just such a believer in the fact that our brains are wired for video. We communicate best with video images. We process video 64,000 times faster than text.
Mm-hmm.
And I think businesses now need to see how they can fully take advantage of video in trying to communicate their various business communications in a more effective way.
So awesome. So tell us about this platform. So I'm hearing some background. We got some backers here. You're the CEO, right? So I could tell you want to grow the heck out of this thing. Tell everybody the elevator pitch, right? So what does that look like? So you're in the elevator with your ideal target, your ideal person that you want to talk to. What does this product do? What's the value proposition?
Yeah, so the value prop is very unique for SundaySky in that we are a enterprise video platform. And what that means is not only have we actually made it super simple and easy for people to create video using our great UI UX or using our AI tools that are built in, but we then enable that to be powered by your data so that you can have personalized videos, which makes that video in business communications hyper relevant to your customers. And then finally, the kind of third differentiator between making it easy, making it personalized, is it enables scalability. Yeah. These videos don't even exist until you click play. Then it grabs your data in real time, and then it plays the video. So whether you want to get a message out to 100 customers, whether you want to send out, whether you're a B2B2C company and you want to send something out to millions of customers, it works just fine.
Amazing. So what sets your product apart, right? So everybody knows the video players in the market, right? I could already tell just by looking at what you're doing things differently, right? But I want to understand it from your perspective, right? So what sets your platform apart in the market? How is it differentiated?
Yeah, great question. First of all, most products aren't platforms. They're just products. They're point solutions. So there are a lot of products out there that you could just do a nice screen recording and then use that for video communications. There are newer products where you can just do an AI avatar and use that for your communications. There's great use cases around that, but those are point solutions. Those are not platforms. Right. So to us, those are just media types. And within the creation of video, one of our elements is media. That may be integrating with your digital asset management platform. That may be AI avatars. It may be AI video and image generation. It may be using our Getty stock that's licensed within the product. It may be the ability to upload existing assets that your company has already created. So those for other people are their quote solutions. To us, that's just a feature as part of the product within creating a video. There's other elements too, like just being, being able to bring in the music and having in the text and having the After Effects pre-built and automated, and then having all the AI tools to put it together. But that's just one pillar of our platform. The other pillar is integrating with data. The next pillar is being able to distribute that in an omni-channel way. Is it going out on email? Is it going out on SMS? Is it being embedded into a product, into an app, into your website? Is it being able to just click a button and instantly have that in a social media format to get out for your social media? That's kind of a third column is distribution or kind of the whole kind of getting that out of the platform. And then the fourth column is all the analytics to support that. How did your video do? So that you can have A/B testing. If you have a 2-minute video with, let's just say it's a product explainer, and people drop off at a minute and a half, that tells you something. You can then test the minute and a half version and see if you can communicate things then and get more across. So to us, it's all these elements together. Most other video products are point solutions.
I love it. I love it. So everybody who's listening to this right now, I want to give you a little bit of awareness of how Marc is talking, right? And how Marc is speaking. So when I was at SaaS Open and SaaStr, platforms, right? It's okay to be doing something very well, but you want to be speaking about the vision of the platform, right? Because it's ultimately growth is going to be platform. So Marc, I love it. You're a case study on how you need to be speaking as a founder, because a lot of the people listening to this right now, they need to learn how to talk, right? As like a CEO, because you're the CEO, obviously not the founder, but so it's awesome. And I hope you know what I'm talking about there.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So in terms of your challenges, right? So what are the biggest challenges? So obviously you're going to market, right? So that's a big thing. Like you're going to market right now. What are the top challenges you're dealing with, and how are you going to overcome them?
Yeah, so let me start with, I'll start off with a few things that we do really well and a few things we need to do better. So first of all, we have an incredibly accomplished development team, and they've been working together for decades, not at SundaySky necessarily, but just through their lives. So we have a great dev team. We have a great product team, and they've outlined, I think, just a super product vision. And then we just have, just a great team overall, a great group of people that, believe in what we're doing and are passionate. And, so I think we've created a nice culture. So those things work well. The things that we want to do better and the challenges we're facing is that when we get opportunities, we close those at a very high rate. So,
Nice.
I'm talking, in the high 30s, low 40s of qualified opportunities for closure, percentage closure. So the name of the game is how do you get more at-bats? It's just a marketing game. But the other thing too is that we sell direct. We have one partnership in one of our key verticals is financial services. Within there is credit unions. We have a partner that sells to almost every credit union in the US.
Wow.
They're a great partner, but that's the only real partner. So I'd say the other big thing for us is partnerships.
Channels.
So how do we get leverage in our sales model? So those are the two biggest things keeping me up at night is more marketing efficacy and more marketing programs, as well as partnerships. So to anybody listening, I invite you, you to reach out if you have ideas on both. We certainly do too, and we're working on those, and we're making a lot of progress too.
Well, yeah, that's kind of another question here that you said. I think you said ask me some other questions. What I'm interested in is the ICP, right? So you're selling to the enterprise. Everybody on that's listening right now needs to understand their ICP, and I'm sure I am 100% sure that Marc understands who his ICP is. So, Marc, talk about the ICP and tell everybody what that is, so they can refer you someone, right?
You bet. So our ICP are, I would call mid-market enterprise customers. So think about companies with between 50 million and 2 billion of revenue. That's the sweet spot for SundaySky. The key verticals are financial services, healthcare / for insurance and payers, and then B2B and SaaS companies. So I know there's lots of SaaS companies. It's our highest growth area in the business.
Hmm.
Why? Because they're using us for customer success, for onboarding, for
Love it.
upsell notices, renewal notices, automating QBRs, drop-in usage notifications. They're scaling CS with tech motions and not just linearly with people, which are expensive. So they're also using us heavily on the marketing side. So those are the key verticals. It's that mid-market target. That being said, we have a lot of very large enterprises. So we do sell to larger enterprises, but we don't cater. So from a product requirement standpoint, we're
Got
not
it.
optimizing for them. We're optimizing for more of that mid-market. But what we find is that suits the needs of divisions and departments of very large enterprises.
Love it. Love it. That's amazing. So everybody out there, right? So we all know SaaS companies. I mean, that's my market, right? So your biggest growth area, you said, is probably larger SaaS companies, that are well funded, that are growing, they're using you for growth marketing, they're using you in sales everywhere, probably,
Mhm.
right?
Yep. And again, customer success across
Customer
the board.
success.
Yeah, it's just such a big place because the challenge people have is I want to improve my retention, my
Hmm.
growth, my GDR, my NDR, and I want to get some leverage in the model. And so Tech Motions can do it. And I want my people to be engaged in the most value added discussions. So if I can use a combination of digital first plus people, it's a great way to scale. Now, I mentioned 50 million. We do have some customers that are smaller, but they're really innovative people that are saying, I'm going to scale from the beginning with a lot of digital motions versus
Definitely.
people. But, we're a seed round company, that's not typically going to be the right fit for them or for us.
Right.
We'd love to put you in our database and nurture you and feed you lots of good information for when you're bigger.
Nice. Nice. So absolutely. So next question. This has been great in terms of people, right? So you've been there, done that. People, talent. What are some of the biggest things that you look for, right? In terms of people, in terms of talent, and how do you look at that for this company or other companies you've worked for?
Yeah, so it's a great question because there's the obvious things about their qualifications in terms of do they have the skills and the education and do they have the experiences that you're looking for. But let's just assume that they meet all that criteria. Then
Yeah,
I think you're trying to ascertain more about characteristics of who they are as a person.
definitely.
So, first and foremost, do they have a sense of accountability? Do they have a
Hmm.
sense of ownership in what they're doing? That matters so much. The other thing is, do they have intellectual curiosity? And to me, this is a huge one. Are they a continuous learner? It's so important, as our head of development likes to say to the developers, none of you are going to be replaced by AI, but you may be replaced by a developer that uses AI.
Right.
So guess what? 100% of our developers are using AI tools now, and their efficacy has gone up. And so, and when I think of developers, I don't think of dollar per developer. I think of output per dollar. And those are two very different, equations. Sometimes very expensive developers are a bargain, and sometimes very inexpensive developers, perhaps in an offshore location, are no bargain whatsoever.
Right.
But people that are continuous learners, I don't care how old you are, but if you're a continuous learner and you're using the tools that make you efficient, you're going to be valuable. That curiosity, it matters whether you're a developer. It's so important if you're in customer success, if you're in
Mm,
sales, that you really are intrigued by a customer's business, by how they're looking to get value out of your product, how you can help them realize the value associated with your subscription. Because at the end of the day, if they recognize that value, renewal isn't a question mark. It's a foregone conclusion because they can't live without it. So those are two characteristics. And if I throw in a third one, it's just simply that they're good humans. Life's way too
yeah.
short. None of us want to work with people that we don't enjoy working with. So we try to get together people that we feel fit well with the culture too. That that doesn't exclude having a diverse group. In fact, it to me suggests that you should have a diverse group so you have lots of perspective.
No, that's great. Those are great, great. These answers are unbelievable. I mean, we're going tightly through this podcast. It's amazing. So, last question. I really am interested to hear what you have to say. So, in terms of advice, right? So, a lot of people listening to this right now, they're thinking about starting. They just started, right? They're a small company, small startup thinking about expanding. So what are the 2 or 3 biggest piece of advice that you would give them based on what you've learned throughout the years?
Yeah. So, first of all, I would say congratulations to anybody that's taken the leap, because I always tell people, if you wait till you're ready, you never will.
Mm-hmm.
So none of us are ready when we start our first company. I don't know if we're ready when we're running our fifth company.
Right.
That's okay. So as long as you recognize that, this is a journey and you don't have all the answers, that's half the battle right there, and that
Yeah.
you're looking to continually, learn and improve. But to me, it gets down to just, again, some human characteristics. Unbound determination. I'm going to get there whether I have to go, over the wall, around the wall, or through the wall. I'm going to
Right.
get there.
I love it.
So, that also implies resilience and agility. I'm always amused when I read about somebody that said, this was my vision and we executed, and we did everything we thought. And that registers pretty high on my BS meter, because my experience is nothing goes as planned.
Goes like this.
It's up and down and it zigzags, and that's okay. You need to adopt to that, right? There's so many things we don't control that we have to live with. I remember when I started my first business, perfect timing, August of '87, just in time for Black Monday. Good luck raising money,
Right.
good luck doing business. But you know what? You don't control it. But hey, the train left the station. We weren't going back. So I just think, those are things that you just have to pursue. And, the other thing too is try to maintain some form of balance, because
Mm-hmm.
it is a marathon. It's lonely often, when you're leading a company. So you've got to have balance where you feel good about yourself, you feel good about, family or partners or friends or your social. And if you do that, you're probably stronger and more capable in your work life.
Awesome. So, Mark, this has been an unbelievable show. So, I want everybody listening to this to reach out, connect with Marc. Again, it's Zionts. It's spelled Zionts, right? So, connect with him on SundaySky, get him a referral. Whenever I hear somebody reach out to me say that I actually got a referral from the show, love to hear that, right? So, it's awesome having you on. Stick around for a few minutes. We'll debrief, but I'm looking forward to following your journey.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you and to speak with your audience.
Thanks.